Hello, as most of you already know, my name's Day. Apologies for how scouse I sound on this. I'm going to take you around my figure room and show you everything that I've got in there. Right, so there's a lot of stuff cramped into a small room here. As you can see, just a quick glance round. Okay, up here is my Turtles collection. It's a mixture of the vintage stuff from the 2003 series and stuff from the 2007 film. I'm just waiting for the new stuff to come out so I can add that to the collection. The diorama you can see in the background is one I made myself years ago for my Marvel Legends, but it wasn't big enough. Got a little bit of a Sonic collection, a few South Park figures there. Not a huge amount to write home about. Next is me Masters of the Universe Classics figures. I've pretty much got every figure that's been released so far except for Wonder, and I'm waiting on my Battle Armor He-Man to turn up. I've got this stuff displayed in time order. So we've got the future at the top, working our way down to the present, and eventually working to the pre-Eternia period. We've got some of the She-Ra figures as well. Not my favourite, but being a completist, I've got to get it all. The Griffin is probably my favourite beast in this that's come out so far. Beastman on there. Here we go into some of the past figures. I've got the old Man-at-Arms body. They're waiting for the Decker figure to turn up so I can put young Decker's head on that. Got the Horde. And King Grayskull and all the other characters from that time period. Moving on, I've got some The Batman figures, not a huge amount there, and then it starts my DC Universe Classics. This is all the Green Lantern related stuff. Got the majority of these. I am missing some Kilowog parts that I've been waiting for a long time off trades, but they haven't turned up yet. Also, John Stewart is due, and a Sodom Yacht as well. Moving on, more DC Universe, just general bad guys before moving into Batman. Again, waiting on some parts for the Bane figure. I prefer the new 52 versions of Batman and Superman to the other ones we had, so I got those instead, although I do have the other Batman, which I'll show you shortly. And then moving on, there's a couple of Metal Gear Solid figures thrown in that I recently got at the London MCM Expo. I'm going to dig out all my Metal Gear Solid 2 figures and make a little display with them. And I'm going to dig out the rest of the McFarlane monster figures that I have in the loft. I bought this one at the same expo, the Monster from the Deep. Moving on again, it's my Batman Movie Masters. I haven't got any of the Dark Knight Rises ones bar the Catwoman. I just haven't seen them in the UK. I was hoping we'd get them in our store, but it doesn't look like we are now. Then it's my Arkham City figures. The only ones I need in this is another Joker Thug, Titan Joker, and a couple of the variants of Batman, which I didn't think it was worth getting. That being said, I've got Detective Mode Batman, which is my least favourite figure of them. Moving on, some DC Direct and Batman related figures. A couple of Wonder Woman there. And then basically you can see how obsessed I am with Batman. Here's the DC Universe Classic Batman I mentioned. It's the Red Sun Batman's one of my favourites. And then we move on to my Street Fighter Play Art figures. Lost my balance a bit there, treading on the edge of this couch. And then the Mattel Collector Movie Masters Ghostbusters figures with the Marshmallow Man money box behind, because I didn't want to pay out for the proper Marshmallow Man. Then lastly on this side we've got Stinkor figure. He's one of my favourite Masters of the Universe Classics, and this is the Staction figure from the 2003 line. My Metal Gear Solid Play Arts, Final Fantasy 13 Play Arts, and various Final Fantasy other Play Arts. Moving on to the spot above the window, it's my Resident Evil figures. And then a few of the Disney cars that I collected. I didn't get a lot of these left. I did start to collect them and sold all except for the Cars versions of the Toy Story and Monsters Inc. ones. Quick mention of the Men in Black figure I bought at the MCM Expo in May. Couldn't resist myself. Next is my Marvel Legends collection. This is probably the biggest collection I've got. That was my cat knocking stuff over, in case you heard that bang. Okay, so we've got the Iron Man villains along the bottom shelf, you can see, and the cosmic Marvel villains along the top. Some Marvel Select figures mixed in here, but for the most part it is Marvel Legends. I haven't got the new Doctor Doom because I didn't see a point in it, but I will get the white Future Foundation variant when that comes out. Coming on to the Captain America villains, just past the Fantastic Four villains. Moving on to the Cosmic Heroes along the top, and Thor villains. I'm using the Giant Man series Thor there as Ragnarok, as that is the costume that wears. Moving on, just generic Avengers villains. The Guardians of the Galaxy / Annihilators type characters we got at the top, and Build-A-Figure Galactus, claw on his lonesome at the end. Moving on, we've got my X-Men figures. I threw the Colossus helmet on the X-Men Classics Colossus, but I could probably do with taking that off now that he doesn't wear it anymore. Moving along, Soul needs a bit of a rejig with the Marvel Now stuff that's happening. Moving right along here, I've started to double up on some of the characters here, such as the Deadpool. I think I doubled up on Psylocke, Wolverine, Angel, just so I could have a proper X-Force display with Phantom X in. At the back there you can see my custom X23. I prefer mine to the one that came out, but hey ho. My custom Omega Sentinel. It's not the best, but still keep it on my shelf. Some Hulk villains. Some of the Underworld type villains, Ghost Rider enemies mainly, and some Daredevil baddies. Move on down to Spider-Man's Rogues Gallery, as you can see along here. And moving on, we've got general Marvel superheroes, Savage Land, Alpha Flight and the Ghost Riders. Move on down, we've got the Fantastic Four and the Avengers. That's a custom Luke Cage of mine, using a D. Von Dudley from the TNA line. We've got those awesome flight stands from Japan there with the Iron Man, Spider-Woman on. I wish I could get some more of them. Right, now moving into X-Men villain territory. I am classing Bishop as an X-Men villain. After all that stuff trying to kill a baby, there's no coming back from that. And then I've generally got a mix of older style legends, like we've got my 90s X-Men here. We've got some Hulks, House of M, a couple of Spider-Man variants, and then we've got like the Dark Avengers type characters and some more Avengers. The Young Avengers at the very end. Now moving down again, I've got some DC Direct, Watchmen, some Dragon Ball figures, my SH Figuarts Dragon Ball figures. My cat will move out the way. Got Thundercats figures here. The cat has just knocked some Iron Men over, so when I get to this armory it's not going to be the best. But the final part of my collection is all the Iron Man armours I've got here. With some knocked on their arse. And that is my collection. I've got a few other bits in the loft, but nothing to write home about. Got comic boxes along the floor, full, which are all for sale at the moment. So if anyone has any comics from the last 5 years or so, particularly Marvel that they're after, let me know. Thanks for watching the video, and no doubt I'll have another one soon with an updated collection.